Hello again! This video took me a really long time to put together and I hope you all enjoy it. There's a lot of maybe new ideas and things to consider for Diddy Kong's overall game plan. Hopefully you find something interesting. Let's first talk about block strings, or attack patterns against shield. The main point is hurt block shifting away from counter moves with things like down tilt or shield shifting. These were introduced by Jodgers and Gimmer respectively. Let's start with an example like Sonic Sphere, which is frame 8. Normally it will hit us if we just land with an aerial. Using a down tilt makes us low profile the move. Terry's up B is frame 8. Watch how we beat out the move with a frame 7 grab, before we even get hit. Don't get me wrong, this will probably not be an easy thing to implement. It can start to add a rushdown style for Diddy Kong. These work because our aerials add just enough shield stun to where things like down tilt, jab, etc. can be done immediately. The fastest set of options we can trade with are frame 6 options, which are things like Pikachu's or Mario's grab. Again, here's us beating frame 6 grabs. Pikachu's grab won't grab us if we do F tilt. For some of the aerials out of shield, like Pikachu's, Sonic, or Diddy Kong's Sphere, for example, we can low profile them with down tilt and get a huge window for punishes. Pikachu's Bear, we can simply walk away. In these scenarios, Mario will eventually use up B, which is frame 3 and has more range. When I started labbing some of these strings, there are ways to make the scenario in our favor regardless of the option, kind of like what Fox does. Let's say Mario randomly chooses between up B, grab, or full drift nair. Bear down tilt in the opposite direction will make them whiff any of these options. Lets us have the frames to punish them. So something like this in a close quarter matchup is really good. Another good showcase of this is the Game & Watch matchup. Landing a safe bear and crouching can let us avoid nair, punish with an up smash on reaction. Same with up B. Landing with bear and flickering our shield lets us scout out their option select. Again, kind of like what Fox does. I started having the CPU choosing between nair, F tilt, and up B. These clips are me trying to practice reacting to the option the CPU chose. Overall, I think we can start learning a lot of the common options from our opponents and force more interactions in our favor, especially if they only have a frame 6 option or slower. Another good matchup I think this could be helpful with is in the Bayo matchup to avoid Witch Twist. I first show hitting with a nair and then running away, or you can nair and crouch. Lastly, one more implementation of block strings can be with banana, especially from platforms. Jodger showed a couple of clips where dropping down the platform with banana locks them in shield, enough for us to either hit them or apply super safe pressure. Overall, a really unexplored area for us to play with, and I'm excited to see people utilize this. Next, I wanted to talk about Hoo-Hah. It's a funny combo that has some nuances. The main difference is in its effectiveness is whether you hit them from underneath or from the side. Hitting them from underneath, it kills. Hitting from the side, it doesn't kill. Here's a side by side of the CPU DIing to the left and to the right. Both of them die if you hit from underneath. So really, the tricky part of the kill confirm is where they DI and making sure you get underneath them fast enough. One really cool thing the Banana Lab and I discovered is the window extends with Banana. Bayo dies at 124, but the combo does not connect at 127. Here, with Banana, you can exchange the range to like 135. Be sure to look at the Hoo-Hah spreadsheet in the description for the ranges. Next is frame trap ideas. Forward throw at early percents are great for frame traps and let us learn their habits from down tilt early on. Similarly, nair into bear may not connect, but the down tilt will. Here is a kill frame trap idea where if the bear doesn't connect and they air dodge, you can still get out of bear in time. Here's another frame trap idea with dash attack. I get this one on Elite Smash a lot. Alright, I found another shield break setup and I think this one is actually useful. It's this right here. Pretty simple. It's simply short hop, down toss, bear, and 2 slight charge barrels. I feel like this is probably the fastest option we have outside of other options available. There are some variations too, like we can do a Z drop instead of a toss, which is pretty realistic in a match. You can do a double jump toss too, which can be an option into F smash, and the double jump is required so there's enough shield decay for F smash to work. You can also use down smash, but it's not as fast. Alright, this section is a result of me looking at Diddy Kong tech the character had in previous Smash games to see if there were any ideas or concepts to bring back. I originally wanted to see if there were technique, skills, combos, or gameplay ideas that could be revisited, to see if anything could be revitalized to fill in gaps of Diddy Kong's game plan. Anyways, let's start with Brawl's infamous glide tossing. So glide tossing is still a thing and is executed by canceling your jump with banana toss. First, here are regular forward and back dash tosses, then glide toss. Notice the extra distance traveled after the toss. Now here are the tosses side by side. The toss is not limited to just side to side, it also gives you extra distance when you throw it upwards. The actual application of this is pretty niche, but it can help reach some distances normal tosses can't reach. It could also help us reach the opponent so we can charge our smash attacks more. Lastly, it can also help push opponents closer to the blast zone. The overall difference in charging versus pushing them to the ledge isn't big, but it can help us if we both push the opponent closer to the blast zone and get more charge. The next tech that is kind of an ultimate is the monkey flip slide from Smash 4. In Smash 4, you were able to cancel the momentum into your crawl to change your position quickly. You'd have to wait for the animation to end. I say it's still kind of there because the amount you slide is much less. Here's J-Rim showing the difference. I found it pretty difficult to replicate, but you are able to halt your momentum if you walk in the opposite direction, which you can fake out your opponent. While not quite the same, I did find some really cool things. For instance, you can shield immediately if you hold up or down on your control stick and shield. You can even buffer the turnaround for turnaround shields. Probably the most effective way to get the momentum slide is with a wave dash down. Here are some examples of how you might want to navigate a scenario like this. Lastly, you can slide some with a spot dodge and rolls. So not quite the Smash tech in Smash 4, but very similar and some more unique traits to it in this game. The next tech was discovered by Maverick and J-Rim, who demonstrate that you can get so much more charge on smash attacks if you Z-drop the banana instead of throwing it down. This lets you get much earlier kills with F-Smash because you can charge your attack for longer. Now, I did try to test it out against the CPU to see if they could buffer a get-up attack or similar with the help of my fiancee. It seems that there is enough time to get the setup to work regardless. Here, my fiancé is mashing an attack after being hit by a banana. In the next couple of clips, J-Rim shows himself getting this in actual matches in multiple scenarios. The next couple of tech are about some movement techniques that maybe we can start to utilize more in games. The first is full drift air dodge. It's a little tricky, but you can avoid some big hits to get punishes this way. Shout out to Grace and Glory showing this during his week of Falcon buffs. Here's another example versus Cloud. This section is about Wavebounce side B, which essentially lets you stick to the platforms, letting you decide when you want to enter the space. Shoutouts to J-Rim for identifying that a Wavebounce side B into pop gun cancel sets you up perfectly for an instant wall jump. Combine this with pop gun cancels in general and you get some really freaky movement ideas. This next section is about general optimizations. First is on the Tweek Tower. The first is to make sure you smash toss the banana after a nair to ensure you get enough frame advantage to get out another aerial. With that in mind, you can get a lot of other combos from the Tweek Tower combo route. Next optimization is about back toss banana throws. Some combo routes can be possible with a smashed forward toss, but back toss lets you connect combos much easier. For example, nair smash toss into fair, hard to connect. Nair turn around to back toss into fair is much easier. At earlier percents, back toss can help connect combos that sometimes just whiff despite looking like it'll connect. I found this pretty easy to implement actually in my games. The last set of optimizations has to deal with the ledge. I think we underestimate how good of a ledge trapping game we have, especially with the setup Jodger demonstrates here. It helps us react to and literally punish everything. One counterplay our opponents might do versus banana is go to the corner and grab ledge if they get hit by banana. We can anticipate this and punish accordingly. When our opponents start to get weary of nair at ledge, we can start to throw out falling up airs to get theirs too. Shout out to J-Rim for throwing this idea out there. The last idea for ledge is placing banana like so with a pop gun cancel, which is useful when you may not have enough time to set yourself up at ledge. Nut combos, baby! Here's some confirms we can get with Peanut, especially when they stay on ledge. I found B reverse from center stage is a good way to set up Peanut right at ledge hang. Some of these setups work if they normal get up into Peanut or if the Peanut catches their jump. Alright, now for my favorite part of the video, underrated combo strings. These are strings that I think can get more meaningful damage and or leave our opponents in a position where we're in a more advantageous spot. Take Dash Attack Bear. Weaker damage, not a lot of follow-up. Might I suggest Dash Attack IDJ Up Air? Almost 20% more damage and more variety to where the combo ends, like offstage or juggling. One key part about this is that if you miss the second up air, you have enough frame advantage to get other follow-ups like down tilt or grabs. Here are clips of me practicing the combo and reacting to where the computer ends up. It can potentially lead to a kill or close to 90%. I think Dash Attack Bear is still good for carrying people off stage, and there are setups that kill them there too, but I really like where this combo can lead. Similarly, up tilt into IDJ up air is a nice way to rack some easy damage. Or even with Nair, especially with platforms. Shout out to Eska for this little combo string flip. Besides extending with IDJ up air, you can extend with up tilt on platforms. Here's J-Rim showing that. One combo string I really like using is up tilt up smash. Sometimes the opponents will give you space after this string to let you pull banana. If you hit the late hit, you can get 2 to 3 up tilts into up smash. Here are some 60% plus combo variations with buffer turnaround up tilt. Here are some strings with rising Nair. For those who don't remember what Moonrock is, this is what that looks like. Down throw barrels is still a thing, thank you Dakpo. Our ledge game is pretty crazy, we can get up to 50% off of reversal. Rising Nair may or may not connect, but you can still frame trap with it. Lastly, Dolan showed me a really cool string with up throw on platforms on fast fallers like this. The last section is about niche kill confirms. Sometimes there are kill options we're unaware of. Banana up toss into bear, barrels, dare are all options. Nair into monkey flip kick is a kill confirm, even from center stage. Here's a potential string at ledge. Here's one variation of the Dakbo to death. And another. Here's a super niche confirm that I haven't been able to replicate, but Nabi shared this. Here's me confirming that down tilt into bear or fair works even at higher percents. This is a new kill confirm I found of soft dare into stutter step back F smash. It works because Diddy Kong flails upwards during his smash attack, which is hilarious. At the percents that it works, you could easily charge F smash for the kill instead. But there's one spot where maybe it can work, and that's on platform resets. Here's Eska being a better player than me. Soft dare can also be used to set up tech chases at higher percents. Here's a niche string I found in the Diddy Kong Discord, combining the nut combo and banana. And sometimes you need to know your percents. Down tilt up smash may not kill, but if you know when your opponent goes into tumble, you can charge up smash a little bit longer. Thank you to Dakbo for figuring this out originally. Check out the description for the chart on down tilt up smash too. Up air into up air can kill, similarly with nair, up toss up air. But at the same percents, you could easily just up smash. Finally, nair dare is a kill option on stage and much stronger than nair up air at higher percents. And that's the video. Hope you found something cool, useful, exciting, etc. Please let me know what you may be most excited to try out in your future matches. Shout out to all of the Diddy Kong players in the Discord, and for everybody else who has loved Diddy Kong as much as I have, so we can always find new ways to push the character. Until next time.